Wuthering Waves releases soon, like real soon. So today we're going to have a super special tier list for the game. We're over at wuthering.gg for this tier list. And how I figured I would do it is I will be ranking them according to a certain aesthetic they have. But I will also be telling you a little bit about what they are capable of so you can determine if you like them for your account. The thing about Wuthering Waves is you can solo the game with pretty much anyone. So the need for stats and stuff, while it's there, and I will definitely be making guides in the future, it's not all that important. So starting off, we will go with the rover. With the male and female rover, both characters are going to be very useful for just general gameplay. They have very strong kits, which are rudimentary and easy to understand, while also being, available for skill and stuff to come into the mix. Right now they are both of the same element, Spectro, but I could expect this to change in the future. As like new regions get unlocked, maybe we get more and more of the elements. You know how these kinds of games go. Now, as for the super special reason that we make this tier list, I'm going to place both the male and the female rover in the B category. Both of them have great assets, great assets, and they are both easy enough to see with nothing really blocking their character model, let's say. Moving on from them, we have the lovely Yang Yang. Yang Yang is gonna be the first arrow character, and the first character that we actually meet in our adventure. Yang Yang is a very fan favorite character, as well as being sort of the mascot character of the game. Now, her abilities are pretty well known to be CC oriented. She's more of a supporting off-field DPS as opposed to a main field DPS, in my opinion. But because you get her guaranteed, she's of course one that you will want to at least somewhat mess around with and see if you enjoy. However, for the purposes of this tier list, Yang Yang is going to be down in the C tier. The reason for that being, unfortunately, her assets are completely blocked by her dress. While it is a very lovely outfit, it's not going to be very good for this specific tier list. What is great for this specific tier list is Qixia. Qixia is going to be my first A tier pick probably for this particular set. She's a fusion, dual-wielding character who had a bit of a rough past. She wasn't properly liked before by the community because of how she treated the rover, but a lot of changes have happened to her, including a complete redesign of her character, which looks great. So Qixia is definitely going to be an A tier. She's one that I'm not too sold on if I'm going to play as. I'm not too sure how I like the characters that have guns, but maybe I'll like them whenever I actually get to play as them. Now, moving on from there, there are a couple notable characters that I'm going to have to put in D tier automatically. D is for don't. And that's going to start with Verena. Verena is a Spectro healer character. She is a 5-star character that will kind of use plants and stuff and photosynthesis to heal your team. She's a caster type character. And I hear she's very meta relevant. However, she's not very meta relevant for this. Don't. Sanhua is a cryo character. She's got a sword, and her whole thing is she makes ice walls and then breaks the ice walls to do massive damage. She's a great DPS, and I'm going to put her right up here in A tier. Now, she does block her assets a bit with her outfit, but she makes up for it by having open back, and we all like open back. Taochi is going to be an A tier character. She is a Havoc character, which basically has the ability to do strong counters, kind of like Beidou from Genshin Impact. And what makes Taochi even great is she has front assets as well as back assets. Moving on to Baiji, and Baiji might be the first S tier. Baiji is a cryo character that can heal, has a little dragon pet, and is a caster type. And she has the most open back assets and touches her thighs for her ultimate. So, hard to not put her up there. Moving on, we have the next unfortunate must put in jail category of Encore. Encore is a caster fusion character that has cute little woolly pets that she uses to blast enemies and explode and stuff. She's a great character, very strong DPS. D tier on here, D tier. Danjin, however, is gonna go up into the A tier. Danjin, again, has a really great design with an open back area, and that's what's important for this tier list. She's kind of like a berserker type character. She hurts herself in order to do increased damage to enemies, and then she can heal back that damage with her charge attack. Moving on from there, we have Alto. Now, Alto looks to be a fun character. He's arrow, he's got pistols, he's in C tier. Unfortunately, his design leaves a lot to be desired as far as the great assets goes. Who doesn't have a design to leave desired is going to be Jiyan, who I'm going to put right here in A tier. Now, while his design does block the back a bit, he's just, I mean, look, we like daddies around here, okay? And he's got a fun ponytail, which I guess is a back asset, you know, you gotta take that into account. Jiyan is a sword wielder arrow character. His ultimate allows him to get a spear and do like this like chaining dragon form damage. Very strong, very cool looking. I honestly was gonna fully skip him, and then I saw him in the trailer, so I'm not skipping him anymore. Yeah, we're gonna get him, or try to. I'm not gonna put money towards him. I'm gonna wish for him. Ortefi is a solid C tier. Unfortunately, he wears a lab coat, and he used to have a really interesting design with like a dragon tail and all these cool scales and stuff, and they removed it. So he's down here. He's a, like I said, fusion gun wielder. I believe he does off-field damage and buffing, so he's really strong for team comps, just not really strong in regards to this list. Now, I do have a daddy bias, but I'm going to put Calcharo in the B tier. He's got that daddy buff, but unfortunately, he has a back flap that covers up his back, and his name used to be Kakarot, right? He lost some points because he's no longer Kakarot. He used to be an anime man whose name was a Dragon Ball Z character who looked like Sephiroth and had a JoJo stand. All of that made him great. You took away some of it. Change his name back to Kakarot, please. Yinlin has to go into the S tier. She has to go at the highest of the S tiers. Listen, she had a great design before, got redesigned and is great. She's voiced in Japan by the same voice actress as Holo and Beidou. Yeah, we're putting her in S tier. She's Electro Catalyst, huge damage dealer, and we're gonna wail on her. So she's like a must grab for me personally. Ling Yang is a cryo DPS like monk style character. Unfortunately, because I'm not too sure on age wise, he's gonna go into the D tier because don't, right? And he's really cool. He does these like constant combos. He's basically a brawler type character. His whole thing is keep hitting the enemy until you win. And he has tons of combos to associate with that. So he's really cool. He had a like bestial design before, and it was called Awu. And to me, again, with going back to Calcharo, that was cooler than what he has going on right now. But he's still one that I really like, and I would like to get to play as him whenever the game comes out. He's one of the ones I'm hoping I get. Yanwu is gonna go up into the A tier. That daddy buff do be going hard. And yeah, he's another brawler type character, electro damage, and I love his design, so that's where he goes. And finally, we have Jianjin, who is a arrow monk style character, And she's gonna go into the S tier. I really love her design. A lot of whites and blacks. Can you tell I like that color design? Unfortunately, I don't know particularly on her how good her kit is, because they are changing parts of her kit. It used to be you had to charge up a meter and then hold your charge attack, and you would put up a shield and do some damage and stuff, and it was a little slow, and they are changing that. So hopefully with the changes, she will be good, but she's still one that I really want to play as and want to experience her story and stuff in the game. And that's going to do it for today's tier list. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Does anyone, based on the criteria of aesthetics, need to go higher or lower? Let me know. I will be live on the 22nd as soon as the game launches, which is 9 PM EST. So, you know, come join, and I'll be also doing a giveaway for a battle pass on that day. So if you want that battle pass, come join the stream, come chat with me, and try and win that. Anyways, I'll see you guys in a future video.